Yeah, he needs a little break. It's hard work, you know. So let him have a break, and then we do the pirouettes maybe. And, you know, slowly we'll work our way through the whole programma. And you don't have to do that every time you warm a horse up. But it's very nice to know you have it all. And on a cold day, when he's feeling good, and you are too, there's nothing wrong with going through the whole thing as long as you give him breaks. And then you're sort of confident when you go in the ring, you go, we did everything out there. And the long range, and it all worked. So why shouldn't it work in here? Good. But if you have a long warm-up, the walk breaks should be more frequent. And, you know, so you don't just get him tired, because then, of course, it's horrible to ride a tired horse. And don't round your shoulders. Even when he walks, could you sit up straight? Get your chin up. There. You should look the act now. He's starting to look the act, but you can't slump over him. That's right. Just sit up straight and stretch the front of your body. Feel about like somebody pulled your hair to the ceiling. Just stretch the whole thing. And then breathe through your diaphragm. You know, breathe all the way down to your stomach. Don't pant. Good. Okay, to the pirouettes. And now start with just the canter in place, then develop some quarter pirouettes, and when he's on the ball, then go on the diagonal and just do it. You know, just don't surprise him. Just tell him this is where we're going, so he knows when you get on the diagonal exactly what you're going to do. And this doesn't have to take long. If he's good about it, we check on the quarter pirouette, good, and then we check again maybe, and a little more uphill, thank you. I want him round, but through in the pole, but not leaning. Good, okay. Got a tiny bit stuck at the end, but that's all. Now, so now he knows, right? Okay, do the diagonal where it's supposed to be, and then back straight on a straight line to H, and then you can do the change, and if it's really good, we just continue and do a couple of quarter pirouettes to the right. Now tell him with the half foot what's going to happen. Sit back, tweak that left rein, say we're going to the left. Now both legs, come on. Oh, very good beginning, huh? And then on the last stride, he just whipped his shoulder to the left. So it started as an 8 and finished maybe a 6-5 because of the change in tempo. Did you feel that? And that change was totally not through in the back. Now, practice the right one. So that was a bit of a rider error, not keeping the tempo right, you know. He just tried to finish it for you. And good. And left rein, and again, forward over to the left rein, sit, drive, and not too fast. He likes to spin a little bit. Okay, and the quarter pirouettes are the best medicine for that, but you're not doing quarter pirouettes. I want 2 steps to the right, not more. 2 steps, Brandy. You see what I mean? He can do that with the best of quarter horses, right? He can still stand on 1 foot and spin, and they love it in the Western, but not here. Good. Keep the canter, right? No, position him, and half fault, and keep the canter, yeah? And slow. An inside leg has to be there saying continue, but do not jump through me. You understand that? That inside leg is vital here because he doesn't feel it, doesn't listen to it. Good, so get started again, set him up for it. That's the girl, yeah, make it smaller. And now we turn, go. Yes, okay. But he has to learn to stop when you say go forward. And that's what he doesn't do. No, he does his own scene. And there he got very wide behind and changed his lead. Again, until he listens. That was somewhat better, but a little sloppy in the connection. Yeah, okay, he has to sit and do it. That was better. Make those quarter pirouettes work for you. Good. Feel that one? That's it. Now go to the pirouette and only add 1 more step. All you do is add one more step and we are done. Sit, sit, ride him, and add. It was okay. You lost the hunches a little bit. Yeah, but it was sort of a 6 anyway. And this first one here would have been super good if he hadn't just run away on the last ride for you. And that's okay. It's a 6, 5, or a 7, but it's very grounded. Could we have a bigger change here? Just turn, just make a little half circle, come back, and then I want to see a really much bigger change at C. Yeah, just go over it. I don't want really any more pirouettes are enough if we're going to do it in the test, but a much bigger change here. Why not get a 7 or an 8 for this? You know, don't lose your energy over it. Are you ever going to make it back here, you think? Okay, but that has to be at C. It's much harder when you have to go around the corner. That's right. Make a half circle, come back, and now prepare the counter-canter so it's very uphill, very active, very straight, and then ride it up here for a real right rein, right leg, a big change. Much better, huh? Did that feel like another point? Yeah. It was. That's good. Okay. Now let's do some changes, and then the poor horse can rest, and we can then do the test. So just show me the 4s, the 3s, and I'm happy. He's very straight there, Brandy. That's cool. Like that. And there he's uphill. Well done. Such a capable little horse. You never know it when you see him. Whoa, half halt. Good. Big changes, not faster. Not faster. You're in charge of tempo. Yeah, okay. Too bad with the last one. But you got a little to his haunches fell left, and then you started jumping up and down rather than holding him with the left leg, and that's what happened. So that you could have rescued that one, huh? And then the 3s, really forward now so he covers the little ground. Good, and right leg on him. So you had 2 mistakes. Come back again with the 3s and ride them more forward. You choke him too much. And then he doesn't know how to, then he falls to the ground like a rock. Ride the actual change forward like you did here at C. Yeah, and then take him back and then forward. And forward, you got it. And forward, and that's it. That's right. He needs that much energy or he can't handle it behind. So you need to gather it all up, walk. You need to gather it all up, in the energy, and then make sure he stays that much in front of your leg and uphill, or he really can't get to the next one. But he had some good ones there. When you started to micromanage it, and at home, don't ride a lot of tempies. Just ride long rein. Just ride really good forward changes. All right? So you sit down and you go, 1, that's perfect. Once he never is allowed to do any bad ones, or small ones, whatever you want to call them, he won't. But if you mix and mingle, he doesn't know which one you're talking about. Yeah, well, the minute any of us try to get in and stir the soup, it just doesn't work, because if you don't sit still in the changes, the horse cannot function, because think of this, that you have to dance in a ballet, and you have to do pirouettes and jumps, and you have a big chimpanzee that's sitting on your shoulders. And erratically moving around. You have and you can't keep your balance. So you need to think about where you belong on the horse, so he can trust you not to shift the weight around, because it unbalances him and disturbs him, No, of course not. You don't blame him at all. But it's just think that you have to have in your mind when you ask him for something, are you making this mission possible or not? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Or are you just asking for something he can't produce and making him crazy? All right, he needs a little longer time out before. But I'm in a perfect spot here to judge the test. So we'll do that. Yeah, but why not? You know, it's a good opportunity to sort of see where you are, what you can improve, what looks really good, and where you have weak spots. And then you just go home and work on them. This walk is a tad hasty. Can we just whoa it a little bit? Yeah, okay. That's better. Now let him drop his nose. Good. Good. I like that. Good. Okay. And then shorten up your reins. And when you're ready, you canter and you come down center line and halt at X. And then you're free to go. And I'm just going to complain as you go. You know the test, of course. Yeah, but it'll be good to have on the tape, too. You know, and you go, oh, okay, this can be better, and this was good. And I'm just going to move to the next chair so that I'm right in the middle. Excuse me for blocking you. You're going to have to move sideways. Okay. Okay. Whenever you want, we are good to go. Yeah, and there is a nice jump, huh? And keep that in the canter now. Keep that jump. Don't give that up. And that uphill tendency. See where his ears are? That's where they stay. Yeah. And you push more air into that balloon every stride, huh? Slightly crooked left, but basically okay. Halt is good, nicely settled. It's straight. And then a nice forward transition and you're good. And then a good turn down here. Steady. Yeah, keep the tempo and bend him on the turn. So that's a 7-5. Yeah, fairly nice air time and volume. The transition was delayed at M. And then he cantered at K. So because of the transitions, you would get a 6. But actually the trot itself in between was good. So both transitions were weak. Good. You're fine. 7 for the shoulder in, steady angle and nicely engaged. Yeah, and 7 again. The forehand is slightly overbent, but he was nice and bent. Slight resistance coming in, so that, and a little tight in the pole. So that was a 6-5. Steady, good. And that canter break also belongs in that score, so then that comes down to a 6. And again, transition, he cantered forward, but this time he can get a 7 or a 6-5 for the trot, which was not very different from the medium, and a 5 for the transitions because he cantered at H. And this is fine. Yeah, 7 or even 7-5 for the shoulder in. He's very steady in the angle, good in the bridle. Atta girl, good Brandy. Okay, and 7 again. And keep it together here. And here in the half passes, curiously enough, he's against your hand in both of them. So that's not more than a 6. And here comes the great opportunity to gain or lose points. So really think about how you set him up for it. And in the test, you think a little bit shoulder 4 and then half pass left in the turn. And once you're in it, keep going. Leg on him, leg on him. Yes, okay then. A little bit large at the end and hurried, but you kept the activity behind and he was up in the bridle. So that could be a 6-5. And then forward thinking. Yep, and there we had him not quite in the bridle, right? You lost your connection, so a 6 on that one. And you could have used one more stride. He was against your hand for some reason in the collected walk. He was sort of agitated, so the connection wasn't good. So that's a 6. And the extended walk starts at M, not at R. So with a nasty judge, you would have gotten -2 for that. The walk is good. Yep, it's a 7. The extended walk, once it got going, it's relaxed and decent ground cover. Good. Do that one step earlier so you don't have to turn so soon. That was a little, bad planning, but the transition was good enough for a 7. And then keep the forehand coming, come on. Yeah, keep the forehand coming, let's go. And then really straight before you change, nice. Change haunches a little to the right in the change, but the half pass was good. So 7. Slightly against hand. He's got to get rounder, 6-5. That's correct. All right, and here comes the other thing that can gain or lose you points. Collecting, sitting, prepare him. Now forward thinking, left leg. Good. Okay, slightly against hand, but good behind, 6-5. And then big change here. I want to see pretty and big into the left rein. Yeah, okay. And 7. If he comes off the ground that much, you get a 7. Yeah, but if he just gets ground tied, it's a 6. Why lose points there? Good. And steady. That was quite large, okay? And then he was hollow at the end, so it was a 5-5. And then we have a 7, okay? But he fell backwards a little bit. Be careful to go forward more on that. And now sit up straight and whoa, now don't chase him. Okay, so that was a 4 because you had 2 mistakes. Set him up better in the self-carriage for the 3s. And do not be clear with your aid to change, but don't fuss with them in between. Just give him one clear aid, like that. Good. 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 Okay, they finished early, so geography was not so good, huh? And they were tense, but they were much better than the others. Now do the 4s again. And sit still and don't aggravate him. Just sit quiet, give him clear aids, and don't rush him. Shoulder up. Yeah, quiet, straight. Atta girl, sit still. You're not done yet. That one was short behind. Yep, but that would have been at least a 5, so that was a little bit better. And now place the 3s better. Don't start immediately out of the corner. You only get to X, so there's a point lost. Center them over X. Make him wait, make him wait, make him wait, make him wait, make him wait. Now it's about right. Then he got so eager he couldn't wait. Okay, and then he was too tense in the back. Do it again. You're just going to have to work this through with yourself so you don't react to his tension and you don't let him do a runaway canter. Same canter, clear aids, separate aids. Good, good. You got it. Okay, down center line. You don't have to do the extended canter. Just come down center line. He worked enough. Good. And a very good halt. And that is a very good halt. Excellent. Okay. So you have right now a pre-St. George sitting between 64 and 66 somewhere, okay? What? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So now that is interesting, but that's where it is. With every mistake that you made. So that's taking into account everything. But you can certainly, with the work you did now when you practiced it and warmed it up that you can look at, you can up that to a 68 easily when you get rid of those things. Well, it's not stupid. It's just a matter of knowing where your weak points are and polishing those off, and then the good points are going to stay the good points, right? They're going to stay there. You don't have to hassle him about that. Just improve on not so good stuff. And on some of your mistakes, like why did you not get a 7 for your medium trot? Because you started on the quarter line. You just didn't start in time. So the transition messed it up. Then he cantered down at K. So that was even worse. And little dumb things happen. You take a look and you see all the dumb things and you go, my God, there's at least 15 points that you threw away. Literally just threw away. So you up that 15 points and you have a 68. He deserves it. He's so cool. He's totally cool. Very, very nice horse. I have nothing to say about the horse except he's just wonderful and trainable and fun. But a lot to say about your focus and all this, which has to improve. But with a great horse like that, the good news is when it improves, he will immediately get better. You know something? As soon as you do it right, he'll go, right, got that. So how cool is that? He's not going to fight you on anything. He doesn't want to. Any questions? Yeah. Do you understand everything? Do you have any questions? He does. He's really a fine horse. So that's fun. And then as soon as you have this done, you'll go on and he will train on. He will learn anything you want him to learn, which is wonderful. So I'll take your earpiece and maybe you can give that to Sarah and